Welcome to Murano. I'm up here in northern Italy on a weekend getaway. Murano is famous for spec cold cuts, its white asparagus, and its thermal spas. Up to the north, we have the Stelvio Pass, the Giovo, and the Rombo that goes up to 2,500 meters. And down to the south, it's the famous Dolomite climbs. And what a better place than to talk about the top 5 breakout riders of the 2021 season. Tom Pitcott. Now everyone saw this coming because the British star had been on the rise in road, in cyclocross, in mountain bike racing. In Ineos, they swooped him up for the 2021 season. They let him ride out the 2020-2021 cyclocross campaign before beginning on the road. And boy, did he impress with the 5th place in Strade Bianche, rides in Milan-San Remo, the Tour de Flanders, and then the win at Brabantse-Pijl ahead of Wout van Aert. 4 days later, 2nd place, the closest ever finish of the Amstel Gold Race. That time he was 2nd and Wout van Aert was the winner. Ineos then takes him to his first Grand Tour, the Vuelta a España. He finishes 4th on one of the summit finish stages and closes the Grand Tour with a lot of strength because he goes on to the World Championships and finishes 6th. And oh, did I forget to mention that little side trip to Tokyo where in mountain biking he took the gold medal for Great Britain. Swiss rider Geno Mater was a star in the making with a stage win in the Tour de l'Avenir. After a couple years honing his skills at Team Dimension Data in TT, he switched over to Team Bahrain Victorious and he broke out. He went to the Paris-Nice stage race and nearly pulled off the Queen stage, only to have Primož Roglič come by and snatch the victory at the last second. Then at the Giro d'Italia, though he didn't finish the stage race, he did win the San Giacomo Summit finish stage ahead of none other than Egan Bernal, who would go on to win the race overall. Back home at the Tour de Suisse, he gets the final stage win, beating Michael Woods in a 2-up sprint. Then in his 2nd Grand Tour of the year, the Vuelta a España, the 24-year-old, he doesn't win any stages, but what he does do is he helps Jack Haig to a podium place finish at the end of the race, and in the meantime helps himself to the Best Young Rider Award and 5th place in the general classification. Look, this looks like a good coffee shop here, but I'm on the hunt for something better. All right, now let's talk about the 3rd rider on the list, Odd Christian Eichen. Oh, grazie. That's much better. Now, not many people knew about this Norwegian Viking before the Vuelta a España, but there at the Vuelta a España, he broke out. The day Michael Storer took his 2nd stage win in the Vuelta a España there along the coast in Rincon de la Victoria, Odd Christian Eichen took over the red race leader's jersey, and his rivals knew he'd be difficult to dislodge from his recent race Palmars, including top 10s in the Classica San Sebastian and nearly pulling off the overall victory in the Arctic race of Norway. Well, fans were treated to a show, the sight of Odd Christian Eichen struggling but defending his race leader's jersey on summit finishes like the Alto del Velafig. That was one to watch. Now, he did eventually lose the race leader's jersey, as we all knew he would, but he spent 7 days in it and closed 11th overall in the race. Now, doing so, EF Education Nippo signed him up for the following 2022 year, and we should get a lot more out of him. He said the race changed him as a rider and gave him a lot more confidence and showed that he could stick with some of those top riders in the peloton. And one more thing you should know about this Viking from Norway is that he's a cool YouTuber, so check him out on YouTube. Dane Magnus Nielsen. Now we can't really truly call him a breakout rider. He already won a stage in the Tour de France in 2018, but he had a hell of a season, including that dogfight final stage in Paris, Nice, the stage that saw Primož Roglič crash multiple times and lose his yellow jersey lead. Then later on this season, he takes a stage in the Route du Occitan for good measure. Then fast forward to the Vuelta a España and his life changed. He wins 3 stages, including that insanely steep finish up at Cullera, holding Primož Roglič at bay. Then with the excellent teamwork of EF Nipo, he wins again in Cordoba. And that third and final stage win, well, that came with the help of Lawson Craddock, fighting tooth and nail so Court could get the 3rd stage victory in the Vuelta a España, holding riders at bay, including Quinn Simmons. It was an excellent ride for him in the Vuelta a España. He won the most aggressive award there and truly underlined his name with one of those dark black Sharpie pins. Now, number 5 on my list of top 5 breakout riders of 2021 is Australian Michael Storer, the 24-year-old. He's a funny rider. I remember a couple years ago, he started a TT in the Vuelta a España on a teammate's bike by mistake and had to switch a couple kilometers down the road. Then at a Team DSM Sunweb camp, he broke the COVID protocol bubble and went out to go buy shampoo. And that was when the team was sponsored by Alpecin. Think about that. Look at this view right here up atop of Murano. It's impressive, so beautiful. Well, it was in the Vuelta a España this year where Michael Storer made a name for himself, winning stages 7 and stages 10. In stage 7 in Balcón de Alicante, he blasted up there, took an explosive stage win in an all-out escape fight. Then in stage 10, 3 stages later, a 70-kilometer escape. So much so that Romain Bardet said that he has the biggest engine in the peloton, Michael Storer. 70 kilometers of escaping got him the stage win in Rishon de la Victoria. Those stage wins and that aggressive riding got him points in the mountains jersey as well, because by the end of the Vuelta a España, he took home that white jersey with the blue polka dots. Truly an amazing ride by Michael Storer. Next year he'll be switching from Team DSM to FDJ, and one to look out for, and number 5 on my list of 2021 breakout riders.